Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my friends? Hope you all are doing good. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some Australian food recipes. Australia is a modern nation with large scale immigration. As a result, the Australian cuisine is influenced from various cultures around the world. There are hardly very few dishes which are claimed to be pure Australian. So I would like to disclaim that not all the dishes that I'm preparing today are 100% Australian, but they are definitely commonly eaten across Australia. Without further delay, let's get started. Firstly, I'm making roasted chicken. For that, I have taken a whole chicken that was already marinated when bought from the store, but I'm marinating it again as I washed it. Before marinating it, I'm drying it with a kitchen towel. For marination, I'm chopping some fresh rosemary and oregano. Into this, I'm adding some salt, black pepper, chili flakes, and some oil. Into this, I'm also adding some chicken salt for extra flavor. Marination can be done according to one's choice, but it is always kept minimal and simple. Roasted chicken has different names across the globe, but here in Australia, it is called charcoal chicken. I'm also stuffing it with some chopped onions, whole garlic, and a whole potato, which was seasoned with salt, pepper, and chili flakes. I also added the fresh rosemary and oregano. I had also marinated under the skin. Then I stuffed the chicken. The stuffings in roasted chickens available here are usually breadcrumbs sauteed in butter with some spices and herbs. And I also tied the legs. The Indian in me had to add more pepper before keeping it into the oven. I let it to roast in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius for 50 to 55 minutes. The next dish that I'm preparing is chicken Parma, which is crumbled chicken breast topped with pasta sauce and mozzarella cheese. To make the pasta sauce, I heated some oil in a pan and added some finely chopped onions and garlic while the oil was just heating up, as I didn't want to caramelize the onions. Once the onions were cooked, I added canned tomatoes. I added some salt and the remaining oregano and rosemary. I also added some pepper. Finally added some water and allowed this to cook for at least 30 to 40 minutes till I wouldn't be able to taste any raw flavor as well as till it reduced to half. Now to cook the chicken breast, firstly I dried it with a paper towel and lightly marinated with some salt, pepper and chili flakes. Then dip them in some beaten eggs and next into some breadcrumbs. Once well coated in the breadcrumbs, I shallow fried them. The chicken breasts that I have used over here are of medium thickness, which are ideal for making Parma. If they are too thin, they become overcooked, and if they are too thick, the breadcrumbs might get burnt without the chicken being cooked. Meanwhile, the pasta sauce was completely cooked and reduced to half. At this stage, I added some cheddar cheese into it. Now it is time to assemble. Firstly, into an oven-proof dish, I added a little bit of the pasta sauce. Then I placed the fried chicken. On top of that, I added some more pasta sauce. Finally, sprinkled some cheddar as well as mozzarella cheese. Then I kept it into the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 5 to 10 minutes or till the cheese melts. Chicken Parma is served with pasta, chips, or even fried eggs. Here I am cooking some pasta and mixing it with the remaining pasta sauce. I also fried some chips and veggies which were frozen and store-bought. Chicken Parma, originally called as Parmigiana or Parmesan, is actually an Italian dish and used to be made with eggplants or brinjals instead of chicken. But here in Australia, it is commonly called as chicken Parma. Just before serving the food, my husband also made some salads. Now is the fun time, the time to dig in. This is how the roasted chicken looked like. The chicken was not very juicy as I didn't have the guts to take it off from the oven, thinking whether it would be cooked or not. But whatever it is, it was tasty and I was happy with the results. And this happened to be my husband's favorite dish amongst the rest of the dishes. Chicken Parma was my favorite. I really loved how all the flavors of the chicken, the sauce, and cheese blended well together. I loaded my plate with a little bit of everything: pasta, chips, salad, and pickled tomatoes. While all of us were enjoying the food, the little one did not want to eat it and she had ice creams instead. Happiness is homemade. On that note, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please consider subscribing and leave your feedbacks in the comments below. Once again, thank you so much for watching.